Teresa Ongoro, Mary Okeo, Priscilla Rio, Beatrice, and the late Dorina Otho, Benta Kumu, Coletta, Polycarp, Rusula, Uncle Ben Ogada, Senator Beatrice Ogola, who is here, General Morris Oyugi, Morris and Justus Nyamunga, the late Ben Otieno, Mama Edith Ombima, and the late Susan Oyugi, Wilfred Okelo, Selina, and Peter Ombija. He was, and rightly for Kelo, he was the Nyawanas to the Onyangos of Sakwa, the Dethos of Alego, Nyangwesos of Nyakach, Alos of Game, Koigis of Nakuru, the Chesires of Kabarnet, the Joms of Loitoktok, Isengewas of Tanzania, Owades of Yoma, Weres of Kakamega, Nyaribes of Nyamira. Did we leave someone? And so we're a very United Nations type family. Since the family was majorly made of boys, my father had an obvious bias to girls, who he openly favored and advocated for. He was the patriarch of our home and ensured that everyone felt seen and heard. He raised a family rooted in love and unity, and he was a source of guidance and inspiration to all of us. Despite his many responsibilities, he always prioritized the welfare of his loved ones. Dalmas Otieno was one of a person who was of vision. He was a visionary person, and he also valued service, and he dedicated his life to helping people. From the earliest days of his career, he carried an unshakable belief that leadership meant transforming lives, not merely holding office. So this remarkable professional journey began when with his employment at Alico American Insurance Life Agency, where he became the global winner of the 1973 International Life Contest that saw him and my mother, Mama Patricia, travel in Europe and South America. In 1977, he was admitted to the Chartered Insurance Institute in London, and within 2 years, he rose the ranks and excelled in his career. By 1983, he was a chartered insurance practitioner, very widely respected among professionals for his thought leadership at the Kenya Insurance Training Institute. In the private sector, he proved to be a trailblazer from 71 to 82 as agency manager of Alico, and also made sure that those branches were in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, Eldoret, and Nyeri. And he had about 100 agents. In 77, his name was global when he was declared the $1 million agency manager with Alico, and he later founded Thabiti Finance Company in 1983 as chairman and CEO. And he was also later on the board of the Kenya Commercial Bank and National Assurance Company. But it was his public service that his name became a household word. He joined Kenyatta University Council as treasurer in '83 before plunging fully into politics in '88. He was elected member of parliament for Rongo constituency at only 43 years old. He became the youngest member of the cabinet. He became the youngest member of the cabinet when he was appointed Minister for Industry. It is during this tenure as Minister for Industry that he published his first book, Turning the Wheels of Industry, which had a foreword written by the late President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. Later, he served as Minister for Manpower and Employment, and also later as Minister for Transport and Communication. In the 90s, my father's leadership was recognized continentally when he chaired the African Ministers of Transport and Communications. His political journey was intertwined with Kenya's democratic transition. He co-chaired the inter-party parliamentary group, which you heard about, that negotiated for key electoral reforms ahead of the 1977 elections. At the historic Bomas Constitutional Conference, he co-chaired the executive committee, which introduced the proposal for the office of the Prime Minister, one of the most significant constitutional innovations of the time. He was involved in the Orange Movement of 2005 that rejected the WACO draft constitution and later played a central role in the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy CORD, co-chairing its summit ahead of the 2013 elections. Please bear with me. Our father's service was not confined to politics alone. His greatest pride lay in the transformative contributions of Rongo constituency and the wider Nyanza region. Education was his priority. Between 88 and 87, he personally sponsored 400 students. Clap for him. 400 students to pursue higher education. Among them, we have Dr. Owiyo, Dr. Morris Ligusa, Senior Principal Richard Odongo, and others. He initiated and supported institutions such as Rongo University, Seattle Technical and Training Institute, Miari Agricultural Training Center, Awendo Center of Excellence, Kangeso Boys High School, Kwe Primary, Ongora Primary, and Nyakuru Primary. In the 2000s, when students' grades were locked out of joint admissions board placement, my father launched a university sponsorship program that funded more than 537 students, ensuring they achieved their dreams. Thank you. This single vision of empowerment through education lifted countless families out of poverty. He also believed that economic empowerment was a true foundation of freedom. In the early 1900s, he founded Rongo Dairy Cooperative, providing women groups with modern dairy cattle breeds, and Quota Shelter Freak Women Group. He championed fish farming in 2007, establishing local fish ponds for youth groups, building and expanding a Papo fish plant, and also made sure that trade was spearheaded during the construction of Rongo and Awendo modern markets. Long before devolution was established and lobbied, he was very successful for making sure that the first branch of Kenya Commercial Bank, Rongo, was initiated in 2009. In terms of infrastructure in Rongo, this flourished under his leadership. He oversaw the building of numerous roads and bridges, such as the Nyaburu, Ombasa, Kotawa, Enopapo, Mulo, Madiaba, and Kabuoro bridges, all of which opened up rural areas to trade and transport. He also initiated the Rongo, Riosir, and Awendo water projects, bringing clean water to thousands of households, and influenced the creation of more than 40 new administrative units, including Changiwa Edu Division. Although some of his dreams, such as establishing Longo University Teaching and Referral Medicine School or Tamakin Key feeder roads, remained unfulfilled, at the time of his passing, his vision endures as a roadmap. At the national level, his service was equally profound. As Minister for Public Service between 2008 and 2013, he championed reforms and digitized government operations, created the Government Human Resource Information System, introduced a medical insurance scheme for civil servants, and launched the Kenya School of Government Act, a Vision 2030 flagship project. His leadership extended to Africa, where he chaired the Conference of African Ministers of Public Service, pushing for implementation of the African Charter on Values and Principles. During moments of crisis, my father was a pillar of calm leadership. At the 2000 post-election violence, he chaired the Humanitarian Response Committee that evacuated families stranded in the volatile areas in Kenya. He also played a key role in the Kofi Annan-led mediation talks that birthed the Grand Coalition government. Later in 2014, he was appointed Kenya's Special Envoy to the South Sudan peace talks and served as member of the United Nations Committee of Experts in Public Administration, demonstrating once again his gift for negotiation and statesmanship. For his selfless services, our father was decorated with some of the highest honors in the land: the Elder of the Order of the Burning Spear, EBS, in 1986, and the Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart, EGH, in 1989. Beyond politics, he was a community leader, a community father figure, chairing school boards, mobilizing for local development, and giving his time freely to empower youth and women. His legacy is written not only in government records, but in the lives of over 400 students he helped educate, and the markets and roads that he built that transformed villages, the dairy cows, fish ponds that fed families, and also the bridges that connected isolated communities. So finally, my father, our father, Honorable Dr. Dalmas Otieno Anyango's journey was one of resilience, vision, and unwavering service. He built institutions, fought for reforms, empowered his people, and helped Kenya's political and social landscape. Even in death, his dream remains alive, his vision still guiding, and his legacy will be told for generations. I want to thank the governor of Migori County, Governor Ochiloya, his wife, First Lady. They have stood with us through all our trials. But I want to say to my family members, let's be proud of our father's legacy. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you so much. We all realize that today is the family day. They are sending off a great man, and we have to give them all the time to eulogize this same great man that we are also eulogizing today. Allow me now to invite Fred Otieno to take us through the other part for the family. And as Fred is coming, I'll recognize the presence of Esbo Molo, Bob Madanji, and Abala Wanga. Karibuni, karibuni.
Okay, yeah. To the judge, Prime Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, His Excellency the governors, members of Parliament, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good afternoon. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has come here to help the family to send our great patriarch, give him our resounding send-off. I'd like you to know, to inform everybody that my father had three siblings. One was Auma, the other one was Antonio, and John Koja. And right here today, I'd like to introduce the families. Maybe they'll just stand up and wave. The Mwango family, please. We have Peter, we have Lisa, we have Jojo, and then there's Florence, from the Nyaribos. Then we also have the Koja family. Please stand up. The Koja family, we have Dr. Tino, who has been very, very useful in putting up all this together. Tino. Then we have Maureen and Felix Papa. And then we also have my auntie, Mama Tino, we call her Mama Tino or Auntie Lucy, who is Mrs. Koja. Thank you. My father also had three wives, sorry. I'll start from the youngest, Honorable, now Director, Dorothy Otieno, and my siblings there. The first is John Price Otieno. We have Ramogi Otieno and Rayer Otieno. Then we have Mama Kevin's house. Mama Kevin's house, we have Kevin the eldest, Kevin. Then there's Junior. Oh, sorry, Sylvia, sorry. I keep thinking Junior is older than you. Sylvia, and finally, Junior. Price and Kevin, I'd like you to come and say something. And as you say that, I'll also introduce the other members of the family. Kevin, Price, please. And then the first house is where we come from. My mother, Patricia. I'm the eldest. My follower is Lillian. Then Eddie. Then Lucas, William, and Peter. Now it is imperative to know that most of these people, most of my siblings, also have in-laws. And Mzee had very many relatives coming from diverse parts of the country. And this embodied the kind of unity that we should have in this country. Now, my brother, my sister Lillian is married to the Nyangwesos. I think the Nyangwesos are here. Otieno Nyangweso from Kano. Then we have Edwin, who's married to Victoria Lowe. And for the late Victoria, we have our mother-in-law. She spoke here earlier on, Mrs. Alo. Then Lucas is married to Priscilla Koigi from Kabete. Priscilla, I think she's busy somewhere. So the Koigi family, I think there are some representatives here. Maybe just wave. Then William is married to the Chesire family. Pamela Chesire, and her brothers and her mother is here, Mrs. Chesire. They came a whole group all the way from Eldoret. Thank you very much. Then we have Peter, who's married to Simaloi Dajom. Simaloi are from Masai, all the way from Loitoktok. And the parents are also, the relatives, the mother and an uncle are here, they grace this occasion. So you can see Dalmas Otieno, my father, was not only a cosmopolitan, but someone who loved unity. And that is why most of the time he preached peace and unity, which are some of the cardinal rules he lived by. And before I continue, I'd like Price to say something.
Na wasalimu hamjambo, vile Nyanga amesema. Kwa majina naitwa Otieno John Price, mimi ndo mkubwa wa director Dorothy Otieno Okello. Asanteni kutokea kwa siku ya leo. Niwe radhi niongee Kiingereza, Kiswahili imenizidi kidogo. First of all, I would like to appreciate the presence of the Lord. Secondly, to the executive boards, members of parliament, MCAs, and other dignitaries that I did not mention, apologies. Thank you so much for taking your time in this busy schedule to celebrate someone. I would like to thank you all for coming. Na mkaribuni tukizika mzee.
As Fred told you here, my name is Kevin Elkanah Otieno. I'm Mama Jane Yalego's oldest. I think the people of Walego are here to ably represent her. We have the Lego people. We have the House of Elkanah. My uncles are here. Agre Onyango, Batra Gallo, Charles Owino, Abala Wanga. And we really thank all of you who have come here from all walks of life to support us. We've been unlucky as a family. You can say maybe in the last year or two. We lost Mama in January. Victoria was very close to Mzee in March. Now Mzee himself. It's been a toll, but you people have always shown up for us. You've always supported us as a family. Fred touched on the issue of family here. You can see in this tent, this is a big family. It's the face of Kenya, and Mzee was proud of it. We had everybody here, the Maasais, the Kikuyus, the Luos, the Luyas. And most people would wonder, okay, it's family. How, polygamy set up, how does it work? It works just the way families work. We have differences. Sometimes I even sympathize with Fred chairing some of these meetings. because you are here with these people, in their respective fields. Some of them are bank managers, hospital managers, investment bankers. Now you have all of them in the room. Everyone has an opinion. Actually, even when we're trying to put all this together, and it's a lot of work. Some of the conversations are very animated. We pulled together and we are here today, and you've seen things have turned out the way they have. On your day, people, they say good things. But some of the things you see have been said about Mzee Dalmas were actually true. Mzee was an honest man. Mzee was a likable character. He was approachable. And that is what made the man that you see has brought all this together and has brought us all together. So in the interest of time, all I can say is thank you, Asante Sana, for the solidarity. And think about it on a personal level. Life is about chapters. You never know when your last chapter will come. How would you want that last chapter to read? Think about it. Asanteni Sana.
Thank you. Lastly, it's myself. I have my spouses here and their families. Spouses and families. That is what Mzee was, and that is what I am too. John. Mama Babs. Rose. Mama Melissa. And they have their families here. Josakwa here. Josakwa Kokuro, from Kokuro. Please wave. And we have Jousonga, Yokajaganyi. Please wave. Thank you. So, in conclusion, Mzee was someone who was a visionary. And just like Kevin has said, most of the things that people have talked about it were very true. But what I'd like to inform everybody today is that the UDA government talks about the better transformative agenda. I think someone who embodied and practiced this even before it was now a national pillar for the new government is Mzee, because he used his time in politics right from the beginning to empower young people, women, and widows especially. And I believe that it was the bottom-up approach that he used to bring up communities. And indeed, one cardinal thing about him is that he was patriotic. He loved Kenya, he loved his community, he loved his people. I have met so many people who have told me that they were helped by my father. Some people, he didn't even know them. They are not even relatives. Some were not even Luos. But because he believed in them, just like he believed in someone, Mr. Ben Matthew, in the 70s, who was a waiter at 680 Hotel. And he told Ben Matthew that, I'm going to give you that job that you've been looking for. Introduced him to insurance, trained him, and Ben Matthew ended up selling the first insurance cover, life insurance, to the first president of Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta. If anybody believed in people, it was my father. And I ask all politicians here, that who do you believe in? What do you believe in? Are you patriotic? Do you believe in your country and your people first? This is the way we should go. Because Kenya is a wonderful place, and I believe if you have more people like him, everybody will be very happy. Just like I believe we're having this new transformation, it will take time, but it will definitely happen. In conclusion, I think I'll also introduce my mothers so that they can come and say a word or two. Mama Dorothy, please come. We also call her Small Danny. But I call her Bro. And she also calls me Bro. Bro Karibu.
To our Holy Church, the Catholic Church, our Bishop, the Reverend Fathers, to our dignitaries today, our monarchs, Jorongo, Migori, amoso uni Nyasaye amoso uni Nyasaye seche duto, mokuongo, dangu yie na kuonga gone jotelo giero kamano gi kisungu ko kaduoge dholuo dwe madang nyalre adhum koso kikadhum. I want to take this opportunity to say that thank you very much for honoring Mzee Dalmas, my husband, for a befitting send-off. I want to say that of all the people I've believed in, and even married, and he married me thoroughly. I'm still waiting for that woman in Luo Nyanza that was married, the amount of cows I was married. I was married 46 cows. If there's any woman who will be married 46 cows, I'll give you thoroughly. Don't know you thoroughly. I want also to say that please, I want this to go to His Excellency, our President, my party leader, for appointing me as the Director of Social Programs, State House. I thank him for this. Jodala wagimo kungeyo. Ero urukamano. Gimo kungeyo. Ni gini no biro chon. Kaka wach marani gimarja duong ni benetek. Kora wacho ni marja duong ni mokwongo wayuagi. Kokwa timango wa celebrate. Mana kaka Job no timo. Job no kuongo yuwa kaito no timango no celebrate. So Your Excellency, thank you so much for appointing me. I also want to say, ni ero urukamano. Adwa kao ero kamano mokwongo to the state kendo. Momiyo jaduong yik machal kama jodala wadongo ber. Dong sirikal okonyowa. Dong ber maber kabisa. Ero urukamano. Mar ariyo, adwa gone Gideon Moi. Gideon Moi emo konyowa kendo nyone jaduong sanduku kaka jakanu manyaka nene. Dong otimonwa maber. Mano mos kendo agone Gideon Moi erokamano kuom miyowa ot midhi goro jaduong. Mar adek, thuoloni mar gone Ochilo Ayako, Governor ero urukamano. Adwa kao ero urukamano. Aya, oda koro. Adwa na kao thuoloni monda gono Ochilo Ayako bedo jakom mar liend wuon parwa. Your Excellency, itimonwa maber, lielo wuok maber kabisa. Ero kamano. Kendo aya, mano koro romo. Adwa kao thuoloni kendo ero urukamano. Adwa chaka kao thuoloni kendo monda gone Paula Buor, MP Marongo, kuom miyo liend wuon parwa owuok kaka berni. Mheshimiwa Paul, agoni erokamano, Nyasaye omed gwedhi kendo imed ritowa maber Karongo ka. Achaka kawo thuoloni mar gone owadwa ero. Dong winjo ni luonga ni nyagi kidero. Dong iluonga ni nyagi kidero. Your Excellency, agoni erokamano kuom bedo co-chair ma kendo koro ikelo oruni dala ka maber. We ok bi wil ni nend Dalmas en gima ni e liare. Ok en gima inyalo wachi migoe mbaka. Gige Dalmas koth go oko kendo be dhano bedo ka mantiere. Adwa kwayo for the last respect ni jogo duto ma Dalmas mulo lwetgi no menta akwa unu chung malo mono jo kanyo ne ni gik mane wach Dalmas timogi ogin miriambo jogi ntiere. Ye uchung na malo ngata mane Dalmas omenta no mako lwete okonyo dalagi omiyo dhi sikul omiyo timo siasa mondo kik bedi ni gik miwachogi. Ero uru kamano. Adwa ni gik miwachogi ni Dalmas ne en jaduongruok. Dongruogno adwa nunene mok winjo uneno gi ka gichung' manyiso ni ogin gige kuoth. Mogik. Boy, ere ubiuru chung' mbele ka piyo piyo. Atieko. No, it's the final one. Don't worry. I'm right. Chuguru kan. Hey. Jorongo. Abaka othuolo ni. Nikech oginyal yudo thuolo kendo. Adwa na kawo thuolo ni mondo agone yawuota gi erokamano. Jogi osebedo gi jaduong' higni gi te kendo gine mane gin security te mar baba sama ne ntiere teko lokuru jotelo nenu. Magi yawuota. And they have taken care of baba giserite gite. Agonu erokamano kawuono odiochieng' maru munyalo gone baba salute kendo tweru maber kaka nonyalo dwaro. Meb kaka baba ne ler. Ero uru kamano unyalo gone sarut mogik kaka jolweny. Ero uru kamano unyalo dok ubedi. Katieko dang bed marach ka nyisou ni jodala wa joge mantie ka chung'e uru no kaneno usama ne untiere. Joge mu mago jodala uru kamano beduru. Osiepe ntiere. Osiepe ntiere. Dong osiepe ntiere. Adwa ni ng'iane simbi kanyo samwaloso ni en ng'ano mogik manoro ni M-Pesa simbi. Ng'iane uru. Ng'iane uru ng'ama oro ni M-Pesa. Kidero no oro ni. Mar kidero. Adwa gone Mark Nyameta. Mark Nyameta. Rit matin, returu matin. Rituru matin, returu matin. Aya. Oromo. Jodala. Simb chuora, an mane an godo. Samo nindo, kana ng'iyo M-Pesa mogik. Na yudo ka Mark Nyameta. No, ne won 50,000 shillings. Mark, dang bed marach. Dang ne bed marach. Ko kawacho, ni M-Pesa mara neno mogik mar wuon parwa, ne nigi nyingi. Omiya duoko ni erokamano kabisa. kendo Nyasaye mondo gwedhi. Dwana tieki ni pod wacho siepe. An pile yango siepe na godiochieng' dong mana dieri. Dong kila ng'ato yango siepne. Dong ung'eni Raymond Omolo to siepna. Dong daktari ni osiepna. Jorongo untie. Jorongo untie. Dong Raymond osiepwa. Dong olimowa. Dong wayudo matunda ne. Adwa na kaw thuolo mondo agono osiepna. Raymond Omolo. Isechung koda. Isechung koda. Isechung koda osiepa. Okanyal yudo thuolo wuon parwa ni kacha. Idhi ike kata mentiere no. Kata kumentiere no. Daktari ang'eno mor kodi nikech ung'eyo kaka isewuotho kodwa. Omiyo akaw thuolo ni kendo mar goniero kamano to kik iol kodwa. Rongo duong', Migori duong', Kenya duong'. Dong akwayo jodalawa. Yenauru kendo awach ni Professor Nyang'nyong'o. Mae en bas chuora kendo gisomo kode. Kendo ne gin osiepe mang'eny. Ndalo mang'eny ka baba ne ntiere free in the afternoon ne gidhi magilimre gi daktari Professor Nyang'nyong'o. Ne gin gi games gi mane gitugo gi min ode miluongo ni Dorothy. Professor, thank you for coming. Ok danga we moka gone Raila Amolo Odinga. Erokamano ko bedo represented. Aya, oromo, koro, aya. Ok danga we moka gone baba. Erokamano. Ng'wono mane baba otimo na. Chieng' mane wuon parwa nindo. For the first time, onge gimiluongo ni humility mana neno ka jaduong' otimo. Raila nobedo morita machopo 3 hours ko bedo mana gi baba. Morito, moachopo, moakawo baba together. Molemonwa gi Governor Ochilo e dhoda. Mowewa monyiso Governor Ochilo ni koro tere uru odhi oyue. Omiyo, Daktari Oburu, our family agoniero kamano mang'eny. To kendo nyis na baba ni nyagem gi family tegi mama wagonero kamano kuom ng'wono motimonwa. Nyasaye omedu mang'eny. Katieko dala waka sanie wuoda miluongo ni Nyang'ni ma Dalmas mantiere. Mama Patricia ma en mama na. Mama osedakoda kadak e ode. Osera ochagi dhulu marach. Atigi dhulu no koso kikatigo. Atigo do koso kikatigo. Mama jasicha manyaka nene. Ka baba pod sera 207. Ong'eyo wachna gi baba to nokopimo ne mana ng'at kata ng'ata. Manyaka koro osera ode, anyuole ode, adonge ode, igni 14 pod wadak kamoro achiel. Jodalo adong mama ni oromo. Anto ana ja siasa. Bedo na ja siasa anyalo chwanyi nikech samoro anyalo yudo ni ok udhi kamoro achiel. To mama e Dalmas makoro nego mi luor mamare. Akwayo ni nyogada maminwa ni luor mano miyo Dalmas cha mondo umine umiyanago. Kogo tiende piny to mana en oda kaka jaduong' ne timo cha. Omiyo mama goniero kamano odiochieng' ma kuono kwa iko siepwa nikech ni kawa ka nyathi matin. Baba no kawa ka wana 25 years old. To nyaka sani iloka ma ti abedo dhako. Ago erokamano mang'eny mama, Nyasaye mondo medi. Jodala wadonga timo nend chuora. Koso mokaduna medu. Do magoro mugu nyingi Yesu Kristo. Ero urukamano.
Na hiyo ndio uhondo. Mane uhondo mantiere. Kiswahili na kubera ahinya. Korwadwa ni mondo mama bibio wachachiel ariyo moko. Kaito hand over microphone the rest of the program. Tambe porad medo manaduoko ne Governor, His Excellency Governor Uchila Yako, the enormous support of the family, Honorable Paula Buor, His Excellency the President, Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga, Members of Parliament, Senator Eddie Mwok, and most of the parliamentarians. Thank you very much for your support, and most Kenyans. Thank you very much. We're extremely grateful, Mama Fred.
The church, I want this field to be quiet. It has been said that I'm the only Dalmas. So when you see me here, you know very well that it's Dalmas standing. Because I've lived with this man for many years.